Have you ever noticed that your biggest fears about tomorrow sound a lot like your deepest pains from yesterday? Maybe you are terrified of being abandoned because you felt abandoned as a child. Or perhaps you constantly worry about financial ruin because you grew up with scarcity. This is not just anxiety, this is your unconscious mind operating on an outdated script. Psychodynamic theory teaches us a wonderful truth: the past is not dead, it lives inside you. It is the shadow that defines your current stress. When we experience early emotional injuries, especially in key relationships, our mind develops defense mechanisms to survive them. These are like shields we put up as children. The problem is, as adults, we still carry those shields. We unconsciously project the old pain onto new situations. We are stuck in a pattern called repetition compulsion. We unconsciously recreate our painful childhood dynamics, hoping to finally resolve them as adults. This is why you feel a familiar crippling dread every time that you start a new job. You are living yesterday's trauma today. Research supports this. A 22 meta-analysis found that therapists focusing on early relational trauma, the core of psychodynamic work, are highly effective for chronic anxiety and depression. For example, I once worked with a client, let's call them Zlate, who was paralyzed by the fear of asking his boss for a raise. His anxiety was not about money. His unconscious fear was that the boss would say, "No, you're not good enough," which was exactly the message he received from his father as a child. His future anxiety was simply a reenactment of his past pain. So how do we dismantle this old defense and rewrite the script? It takes courage, but here are 5 psychodynamic interventions I'm going to provide you with. The first one is identify the transfer. Ask yourself, who does this person or situation remind me of? When your partner upset you, are you reacting to them or to the unmet needs you had with a parent? Naming the historical echo breaks its power. Unmask the defense. When you feel the intense urge to lash out, avoid or withdraw. Pause and ask, what feeling am I trying to avoid right now? For example, I'm avoiding the feeling of vulnerability, so I am using anger as a defense. Third, find the core need. What were you truly seeking in that early painful relationship? Safety? Validation? Conditional love? When you name the core need, you realize that you can now start giving it to yourself. Fourth, embrace the ambivalence. Life and people are rarely all good or all bad. Psychodynamic growth is about holding 2 opposite ideas at once. My mother loved me, and she sometimes hurt me. This capacity for nuance frees you from rigid all or nothing thinking. 5. Use the therapeutic relationship. If you choose therapy, the relationship with your therapist becomes a safe new space to practice vulnerability. You bring your old fears into the room, and instead of repeating the trauma, you experience a new corrective emotional response. The goal is not to erase the past. The goal is to set it clearly so it loses its power over your present decisions and your future fears.